Good morning. Today we're going to be taking a look at XRP, some short-term and long-term timeframes, liquidity heat map, and the Sigma coin. So checking in here on this Sunday, we are seeing green. We've got green again. So we had a fake out through here, which is a good reminder to always ensure that you, enter into your position slowly or DCA in. Or additionally, on top of that, put stop losses so you can come in at a lower price if you see that manifest. So green is now forming. This candle started yesterday, so we're a day and a half in. We will officially close this candle by December 30th is when this will click over, which is going to be in about a day. So if we can maintain this green exposure here, this is bullish for XRP, working its way out of here. As you can see, looking back, it's fairly consistent on levels, right? So you have, like, for example, from the big run up, there's your big move. You got most of the meat. You missed this chunk of it. You kind of top blasted here, hopefully with stop losses. And then it ended up capitulating down here for that initial breakdown. Told you to stay out, and then eventually got back in. Told you to stay out, and then get back in. You get that run. You get out. You get this run, right? So it's a little bit more of a science, a little bit more of an art with wave counting for XRP because we're running off of the 3-day time frame. So take that with a grain of salt, and of course stop losses and understanding where you are in the wave count makes a huge difference in impact. So zooming in on our shorter time frames, we talked about this yesterday, and man, is it still applying. So here is our daily, which is great, right? Because you can see the daily is fairly consistent with getting out and breakdowns for the whole region. So our daily is now pushing through the 50-yard line on this indicator, green, and has been since we've gotten over here. Again, don't immediately buy, just work off your entries. A bullish divergence where we set a lower section here with price, but momentum was higher. And now we're actually getting ready to break through the 50-yard line the next day or two. So I think we are on our way at least to higher prices in the shorter term, and we'll kind of wave count our way through that. Now, zooming in on a more close time frame, 4-hour has printed a red 8, which historically has been a result of a local range top here. So keep in mind, it doesn't always mean that it can't squeeze higher. Like in this example, it goes higher. This example was mid-range, and so it's not always a perfect indication of where these reds come into play. But the fact that we do have one is something to be note, that if we start seeing a breakdown manifest, then, be ready for it. But for the most part, this guy turned green right about here. Told you to run this. Then it said red into this breakdown, so you could have exited at a higher price. It rolls over with that low liquidity, higher level that comes in for a bearish divergence. Breaks down, turns green right through here. Tells you again red, so you get chopped to death all through this, and now you're kind of in the same area of where it was before. So take that with a grain of salt. XRP is a tricky one. It's very quick with both the ups and downs. So, but looking in at the shorter time frame, we definitely are seeing some good price action here. That's going to result hopefully soon in at least a move beyond this level, because we've known that 87 from yesterday's video was our big point of interest that we needed to break past. So zooming in even further, you can see we're finding a ton of resistance right here at this level, right what we were expecting. So I'll move that up there just so you can see. And we really ultimately want to clear these levels over here. So it is looking impulsive so far. We have not crossed this initial wave 1 and 2. So this would be a 3, 4, and we could see a 5th wave come into play here. So far that wave count is valid on the short time frames. And this would be a completion of a wave 1, wave 2, and now we're starting our next impulse of the larger degree. So I'm bullish at this point. I'm holding spot, just relaxing and waiting, and we're going to see if we can bust past this level here and move higher. So jumping over to liquidity heat map, it does look like we have some potential to push into the 190 region with some liquidity up here on the 24-hour. So we can definitely start seeing a squeeze in there. Of course, longs have loaded, which, they always do. So that will be there. And then Sigma coin, jumping over here, definitely feeling the pain of the market cycle at this point. So we did have a good reaction off the lows. I'm seeing an ABC completion at this point with that liquid wick that was bought up. So it looks like they're testing the supply of buyers who have stepped in with these candles. And at this point, there's another attempt of it. But we're doing it with such incredibly low volume at this point. it's $200, right? So this is what kind of started happening with Aura. We started seeing a very aggressive price action, but on very low volume, which ultimately leads to higher prices because the selling is exhausted. Just there isn't buying yet. So as soon as the buying steps in, you'll see price action go higher. So Sigma's definitely giving you another entry, another discount. And if you're wanting to get more, this is a good area of opportunity because you can see somebody's been acquiring these levels, and I don't think it will be long before they step back in again. So, all right, and that's your quick market overview. So we got liquidity to the upside, a little bit of down, but mostly to the up. And then we've got our shorter time frame behaviors right now where we can see that we have not crossed these two wave counts and a potential squeeze that can move higher. So, all right, we'll check in tomorrow, and thanks so much for watching.